Hello everyone, we hope you're well. Now today, look, Hysapientia have sent us this new oven. Now this is their 22 litre dual zone air fryer. Now the 24 litre has been fantastic, and this is the brand new 22 litre, which you can use as a whole unit or in separate units. So we're going to have a look. So this is an unboxing video. Now, mate, the cuckoo clocks off straight away, but we're not worried about that. Now, if you think I'm going to stand here and lift this machine out of this box on this camera, mate, I'm so strong. I'm Jeff Cates. No, I'm not. There's the empty box. Let's swap this empty box for the box with the unit in. As I say, this is the box it comes in with the other box inside. I'll bring you back. Right, now I've brought you back. This is the box in the box. Now this is packed in the corners, and as you can see, look, if I turn this box round, you can see what it says on the front there. Look, it's great. Now this box is packed inside the other box. The protection is pretty good. I am quite impressed, but the air fryers usually are. They've all been pretty good, to be fair. Now this is the box with the unit in. Now if we undo this and I lift the unit out, now this is encased in polystyrene, so as I say, the packing's really good. There we go. No air fryer, mate. Now if you thought I was going to lift that out, you're crazy. Let me swap the box and show you what the air fryer's like. I'll bring you back. Right, here's the unit. Now we'll look at the unit. Now there's a couple of sticky tabs on the door there that I've removed, and there's a label on the top. That'll have to come off. Now that's a warning label telling you to not pick the divider up when it's hot, because you'll burn your fingers. Mate, you won't do it twice, will you? So there is a warning label to come off the top as well. Now, when we undid it, we've got a cookbook, look. Now, we've only just received this item, we've not had much time, and I don't know whether I can show you. I can't really, but there looks a lot of meals in here that we might cook. You know, by we, I don't mean me and Wendy, I mean everybody. That looks pretty good. I can't wait to have a better look through that. And also, there was a quick start guide. Now I think we're going to find that very useful. And obviously, the full instructions. And also, you can extend your guarantee by registering with them online. I mean, that looks simple enough. So instead of a year, you're going to get 2-year guarantee on that. So I thought that pretty good. Now, just put those two on the side. Now these were packed with the unit. Now here, you've got the full size tray to fit inside the air fryer. And also in there, I need to cut those off. There's the bar that goes across for the rotisserie and the lifting handle. I'll show you those in a moment. And here is a divider. Now, let's just take this out of the bag. Now there is an up arrow on there. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it on there, but I'll show you in a bit anyway. Now this is just a divider, and it looks pretty straightforward and simple. Obviously, you just slide it in like that, so we'll show you that as well. And this is the tray in the bottom, and that is for the whole oven. Now the reason I've done it this way is they were packed. They were all packed separate from the other items, because with it being dual zone, you've got the divider there, you're going to need smaller trays. It's obvious really. Now if I pull this door down, I mean these are well insulated. It's double glazed glass and apparently double insulation on the doors, so they are quite well insulated. Now obviously, mate, I can't see now what we've got in here. Look, and some bubble wrap at the bottom. I should have took them out before. Now look, that's like those tubes, air tubes. That's just to stop it scratching. Now you'll notice straight away there is no element in the bottom with this, but there's dual elements in the top. Now Hysapientia have assured me that means they get 360 airflow round. With having the 2 units and 2 fans, it's equivalent to having like the bottom element. It's not going to cook any worse, you know, because we've been really impressed with the 24 litre. It cooks and it bakes beautiful. So they're telling me this is going to be the same. Now we will find out, won't we? Now, as you see there, look, 2 baskets, 1 for each side. There's 2 trays, look, 1 each side, and 2 drip trays. So really, it's got most things with it. The only thing that's not come with it is you can buy a basket to put fries in or chicken nuggets that rotates on the rotisserie. But apart from that, everything's there. I mean, you've got the actual rotisserie, and we've also got the, I don't know what you call those clamps that go into the chicken. It's a complete unit. It's really very good. You've got everything with it. Now, if you look in there, I'm hoping on the camera that you can see there's 2 elements in the top of there. I know there is because I've seen a picture. I'll tell you what, let's get another camera and we'll show you. Right, now I've brought you back straight away, professional as ever, mate. I didn't realise, and Wendy usually butts in, doesn't she? But she didn't. Mate, I've not got the main tray.
I didn't.
Wendy didn't say anything. I think that's the best option. Now, it did make me wonder, because I realised when I was telling you, I realised that I hadn't got the 2 bits that I'm talking about that go in each side of the chicken. Well, the reason is they're in this tray that was still in there if I didn't realise. Mate, look, we're so professional. Now also in here, you get the little mitt, and as it's saying, I've already got her.
You've got 2 blue ones now.
I've got 2 blue ones now, and I've also got 2 others.
2 red ones.
Yeah. And they're called Rosemary and Philip. Now, we've not got a name for the blue ones, we'll see about that. But,
I think now if you tip that up, you might get a good picture from them.
Will it? And this tray will be straight on my toes. I know this game, mate. I've been at it long enough, haven't I? She's trying to drop this tray on my toe. Now, there's your main basket. And there is actually 3 levels, I understand. But what we'll do now, I'll take a little bit of video and show you the inside. Right, here's a little bit of video to show you close up inside. There's Wendy. Where's she walking off to? She's going to undo the door for me, look. I can undo the door. I'll undo that one.
Oh, Anthea Turner.
Right, Anthea Turner. Only in my dreams, mate, I can assure you. Now stop fooling about.
Sorry.
Now you can see in there, look, there's 2 units. Now from my brief understanding, 1 unit comes on with one side and 1 on the other, which is obvious. And when you use the whole oven, both units will work, and it's got a double fan, a fan in each side. And they're saying that circulates the air much better than it would do with a single fan. Now, we can only assume they're right because they're not fools, are they? They've made the oven. Now, if I just pull back slightly, that's what it looks like. Now, on the 24 litre, it had like foam round the doors, but this one hasn't, I've noticed. But if we just shut the doors up, that gap looks closed, but believe me, I can see a light through that. Ah, there you go, got the camera in the wrong. Look, but I don't think that's anything to worry about. Don't worry.
No.
I don't think that's anything to worry about, but there is a slight gap there, look, you can see that. I don't know what Wendy's trying to show me. Trying to show me the gap. We can see it. Now she's insisting on shoving some paper through it. Look, she thinks she's working for the post office here, look.
Will you be quiet?
Come on, hurry up. Yeah.
It goes in.
Yeah, it's not much of a gap.
No.
Let me do it. Now, you can see, look, there is a gap there, definitely, but it's not a huge gap by any means. Now, I'm sure they know all about that.
That'd probably be better.
Yeah,
What we do.
hey, you can post that one completely. Perfect. Why did we mess about with the other one? Right. Let me get back to the other camera and I'll bring you back. Right, I've just brought you back. As my able assistant pointed out, we've got all the multifunction air frying. We've got air fryer, broil, steak, fish, rotisserie, pizza, toast, bake, dehydration, unfreeze. It says there it uses less oil, look, and less energy, fair enough. It's fast, easy to clean, large capacity, that's true. It's got the NTC temperature probe. Now this is the way it cooks, I'll mention that in a minute. It's got the, it says stove lamp, look, and it's got double high speed fans. Stainless steel, which it is inside, and double insulated glass. Now, you can see at the bottom there, it says Hysapientia, and there's the model number, HYS-AFO-05B. Now, obviously 240 volt, we're in the UK. It's 2,400 watt. Now that's quite a bit more than the 24 litre, but it is for use as a double sided unit. It's 22 litre, and there's the physical dimensions, look. 414, 375 and 375. That's in millimetres. Now they're your measurements. That's how large it is. And the temperature range is from 60 to 230 degrees. Right, if we turn the box round, you can see there it's got two individual zones, or one large zone, which I've explained, we know that's what it's all about. It's multifunctional, it's got 10 in 1, 10 cooking modes. Now the NTC temperature probe and PID chip, now they work together to maintain the temperature. As like when it switches off, it's quite a few seconds before it actually goes off because of the chip and the probe working together to cool the unit down so it doesn't run and overrun and get too hot. Now that's brilliant. It's all this modern technology for you. As we say there, it says 2,400 watt, which is quite high, but it is a double unit. And it's got a 360 high speed fans. Now what they're telling me is, because there's two fans, that's why you don't need the bottom element, which makes it easier to clean and hopefully easier to use, but we'll see in the future, won't we? As I said, there's double layer glass, look, and it's got it's food grade stainless steel, we know that. But I thought I'd better read that because there's quite a bit of information on that box, and I just skirted through it messing about, look. There you go. I mean, if you know anything about air fryers, you can see straight away this is going to be pretty good. If it works as well as Hysapientia are saying, it's going to be brilliant. And why should we just believe them? Because the 24 litre has been fantastic. So we'll get this plugged in, but first of all, we've got to wash all the parts. Everything's got to be washed, hasn't it? We'll make sure the inside of the, obviously don't immerse the main machine, but we'll wash inside and we'll clean all the parts that belong to it, and then we'll get it switched on and we'll have a look. Right, now I've brought you back. We're in familiar territory now. Look, we're back in the kitchen. Oh, why not? Let's get this thing switched on. Now, the first thing to mention, I said to you, we'll peel the sticker off the top. Well, we won't peel the sticker off the top. It tells you to leave the sticker on. Now, I thought that might get a bit hot, so I'm guessing the outside of this unit is not going to get roasting hot. So we'll see how we go, won't we, when we're cooking. But it tells you not to remove that sticker, because it's a good warning. It's a very good warning because it warns you not to pick this up without using a mitt. So that's what we're going to do. Now, it also says before first use, wash everything, which we have. We've washed the inside and everything. And it also says don't place the oven within 5 centimetres of the wall or anything else. Now, mate, I can see here we've got plenty of room, but they're 5 centimetres at the sides, the back and the top. So you've just got to remember that if you're measuring up for a gap. As anybody might remember who's watched us for a while, I had to lift the cupboard, didn't I, on the right hand side of where we're standing now, because the oven just didn't fit in. Now this oven is not much larger than the other one. I thought it would be, but it's not a great deal. There's not a lot in it, as you'll find out when you measure. Now what we'll do, as I say, we'll put this in. I know it's not hot, but I'm still going to use the mitt because they've sent it me. Let's get this in. Now can you see there's an arrow pointing to the top telling you which way up it's got to go. Now that just slots into there. It should go in really easy, and it does. Right, let's close the doors. Right, let's get the unit switched on. I've plugged it in and switched it on. Let's turn it on. Now from my understanding, if we press 1, we can go on air fryer. There you go, we've picked air fryer, 190, 20 minutes. Fair enough, I understand. I think that's set now. Now I think if we press 2, let's go, I'll tell you what we will do, bake, because there's a big difference there, isn't there? Is that, have I pressed bake? Yes, I have. That's coming up with the same thing. I don't believe it, mate. Let's try 2 again. Let's try pizza. 200 degrees, 7 minutes. Let's see if that's set. Now, from my understanding, what we've got there now is one set at, there you look, 190, and the right hand one set at 200. 20 minutes and 7 minutes. Now, let's press start and see what happens. Now what we want to see here is how it counts the time down. Have both units started or not? And Graham's not sure. Now if I open the door, does it stop? That's another question. Well, not straight away, but it does warn you that the door's open. Look, did you see that? It does warn you if you've not got the door shut. Now what's it doing with the time? It's saying 7 minutes. Right, I shall run this and bring you back. Right, now as you can see there, I set 290 and 200. Now I set, let me show you the times. Look, when it comes back on, it's running at 17 minutes and 4 minutes. So what I'm trying to point out there, you set these individually, but when you press start, it starts them both together. So it looks as though in 4 minutes the right hand one will stop, and in 17 minutes the left hand one will stop. So your meal is not synced together. Do you understand what I mean? On the other models that I've looked at with the dual zone, if one's 7 minutes and one's 19 minutes, it won't start the 7 minute one until there's 7 minutes left on the other zone. Now I hope I've explained that clearly, but it looks like this model, it actually runs them both at the same time. So that one, it's got 3 minutes left. Look, now that will finish. Now let's just let it run its course and I'll bring you back. Right, as you can see, we've only got a couple of minutes left on this right hand side, so let's just put that in there, see what temperature we get up to. Actually, with only having a couple of minutes left, I've left that a little late. I've got to be honest, it might not reach the temperature, but let's just try it and see. Right, I'll let that carry on and I'll bring you back. Right, as you can see there, we're in the last minute on the right hand side. Now, I should have put that temperature gauge in before, because there's no way it's going to reach temperature. I'll tell you what, let me give it another couple of minutes. See if it'll let me push the time up. I can't now. Oh, can I? I don't think I can. I think I need to go on the manual settings for that. Let's see if I can. If I press manual, no, the 190's ended, look. So that one's gone on to hot. So I've not given it a chance to reach temperature there. I can only apologise for that. I'll have to do that again, won't I? Right, so what you've done there, in effect, we've got 13 minutes left on the left hand. So if you're doing 2 meals at different times, you've got to remember to come back when you've got the allotted amount of time left, so they're not synced together. I'll just point that out. I mean, for me, that's not the end of the world. We always cook by temperature anyway, so yeah, it doesn't really worry me, but it might some people. I've just made you aware of that anyway, we'll see what happens. I mean, you can see the temperature is going up on the right hand side, but it's actually in its cooling down phase now, so we'll give that another go. Right, I'll bring you back. Right, now I've brought you back because you can see the temperature in the right hand there. That gauge is old and slow, it takes time, but it's dropped down to about 100 degrees now. Now it's 62 degrees in the left hand one. So what I thought is, let's just run one of them. Now let's switch the unit on again. As you can see, I've got the power meter in at the back. Let's see what wattage it runs at on just one. So if we choose number 2, 190, 200 on air fryer, if we just press go, now that should run at 190 on the right hand side, and it's not running at all on the left hand side. So we'll just see what temperature that gets up to. I'd imagine it gets quite warm. Now if you can see the meter in the background, I think it's going to be too small for you, but I shall blow that up if I can, or at least I'll give you the reading. The wattage at the minute is just 1300 watt. Now I've just switched it on, so let's just have a look and see what it goes to. Now you can see it's changing there as it's trying to reach temperature. It's gone to 1317 watts now, and now it's going back down slightly. So let's let it run for a few minutes and I shall bring you back. Right, now I've brought you back because as you can see there, we've got 9 minutes left. Now we were set at 190, and if you can see inside, I'm not sure if you'll be able to, I might be able to blow that up for you. We're running at 190 on the right hand side. Now I've put my other thermometer in the left hand side, and if you can see, that's running at 74. Oh, it's gone to 75 now. So what I'm saying to you is that is leakage from the right hand side to the left. Obviously that's going to happen. I think that is very good. So you are actually using the right hand side. Now I've seen other air fryers have got one big unit in the top, so when it's eating you may only use one side, but you're eating both sides. So if you're running at 2400 watts, as a lot of them are, then it's using 2400 watts. Now this is only eating one side. That's a very good point. I'm quite impressed with that. That's excellent. Now if you can see me meter, I don't think you'll be able to read that. Let me go a bit nearer and I can read it. That is running now at 1324. But a few seconds ago it was on like 57 watts. Now I don't know whether you noticed that, but this gauge I've got, it reads the high reading and the low reading. Now the rating of this unit, I think the rating for both units running is 2,400 watts, and that's comparable with other machines, like Ninja for instance. I'm not sure about all of them, but what I'm saying to you, that is running at 1306. Now is that going to drop? Look, the unit's reached temperature and switched off, and it's gone to 32 watts. Now this is what we're finding with these air fryers. This is very intelligent. It's only using the power to get to its temperature. It's obvious, then it switches off and switches back on. This is one reason they use less power, but they are very fast with it. But I mean, your oven does that as well. But just to prove the point, we're at 32 watts at the moment. Now I can press this so we can see what the I wattage is. If I press function, we've used 0.1 of a kilowatt in that length of time, and the voltage is 245. Well, that's fair enough. There's the ampere. Now wattage, look, we're running at 32 watts. 1357 is the maximum wattage. 1357, look. Now I'll explode that on the screen for you. And the lowest, where's it gone now? I've lost it myself. The wattage is 32 at the moment. The lowest wattage was 32, and the highest wattage is 1357. Now what I'm telling you is a lot of these like double units will run at 2,400 watts, even if you're only using one side. I believe that to be correct. But what I am saying is you're only using one power on one side of the unit. Now if we switch the light on, it only lights up the side you're using. Now as you can see, look, it's 190 in there, that's perfect. And yes, it's 87 in the other side, but you're going to get it leaking across. But you are only using one side of the actual air fryer, not the other. Right, I think I've explained that. Let's get it all turned off. Right, now I've brought you back because we've cooled off a little now. It's gone back down, and as I said, when you cook with one side, you use one element, and that element runs at 1357 wattage. Now if I switch this back on and go for the old oven, I think that's all I have to do. Press air fryer, manual, all. Press air fryer. Right, press start, and let's see what temperature we reach now. Right, I brought you straight back because we're running at 2,600 watts now. Look, now that's quite a high wattage in comparison, but it makes sense because you're actually running two elements now. I think that's how it is with other air fryers. I think that's correct. But as I say, if you've got one element and it's an higher wattage, there's no big advantage there. But you can run on one element with these machines, which is great, really. It's very good. But as you can see there, look, straight away I can see on the gauge we're running at 2,632 watts. Now that will drop as it reaches temperature. We can see what's happening there. Now what they're telling me is because you're running two heating elements and two fans, the air circulates much better and it will reach the temperature and it will be consistent. But what we can do for the moment is we'll just let that run for a little while and see how the temperature increases, and I'll bring you back. Right, now I've just brought you back because I don't know whether you can see in there, look, we've got 5 minutes of that time left and we're running at 180. Now I set it at 190. Now to be fair to the machine, I'm sort of in one corner. It's using the old oven, it's right at the bottom, and I'm using one side. So I'd say that is about 190. If you put it anywhere else, but obviously I can't because if we do, we won't be able to see it. And if I put it on the rack, I'm sure that's correct. I think that is just my positioning of the actual gauge. So I think all good there. That's perfect. Now if you do see, I've put the probe for the thermometer right where the gap is in the door. because we thought, you know, there's a lot of air going to come out there. There's not in reality. Look, that's reading 36 degrees, and it, you know, it's about 23, 24 in here anyway, so there's not masses amount coming out of there, is there? You can see that. I'll just put my hand over it. You know, it's as hot there as it is there. It makes no difference. Just thought I'd mention that because we spotted there was a bit of a gap, but I think, in honesty, it don't really mean anything. I think the way the whole thing runs, it makes no difference. Now, if you can see the gauge at the back, we're running at 2,632. That's because we're on the full oven. Now, it's probably still, yeah, I think it's gone down, but it's come back up. Let me see if I can. I should have reset the gauge really, but I didn't think there was any need to. Now the wattage is 2,590, look. Can you see that? 2,589, oh no, 92. So when it reaches its temperature, it does actually shut off and go back to, well, like it did in a single oven, it cuts off. But that's running now, it's increasing the temperature, and it's running at 2,600. You can see it's dropped slightly. There, look, it's dropping now, look. It's reached its temperature. There, right down to 65. Perfect. And that's good timing. I hope you can see that. Now, to me, that's worked great. Now, I know we've not actually cooked anything, but we've tried to simulate everything we can on here. And it's looking to me like this is a really good machine. So far, it's been very impressive. I did say to Wendy that the two sides are not synced like they are on some other machines. So that if you've got 10 minutes and 5 minutes, it doesn't switch one on until they're both at 5 minutes. And Wendy said to me, yeah, but you didn't really like that system anyway, because we always cook with the thermometer. She says you put different things in the oven anyway at different times. You don't shove them all in together. So she says, I don't see it as any kind of problem. Now, I don't see it as a problem either. Now, other people might, I don't know, all I'm doing is pointing that fact out, but to me, it makes no difference. I don't mind that at all. I'm quite happy the way it works. To me, this is looking a really good machine. And, look at that. That's warm. That's not red hot, mate. Hey, it's cool on the side. Now that's been on a good while. That is impressive. There must be a good amount of insulation in here. I mean, it's belting the heat out the back as you'd expect, which it does. But this case, yeah, it's warm, but it's not scalding. I think they've made a good job of that. Yeah, I mean, all in all, this is looking a very good machine. We can't wait to get cooking. We can't cook on this video, mate. It's took too long as it is, because I've tried to show you all the varying things that I understand. And as you can see, it is on 190. It's, or well, nearly. No, not quite. It's still 80 odd, but that is running perfect. We're very impressed. And all the things that you've got with this cooker, it's looking really good. It's going to be a good machine. I can see that straight away. As we said, with the elements, you're running at a higher wattage when you're on the main oven, but I think that's got to be expected. But it is, they are, look, and there's the, I even heard the beeps. I heard the beeps. I never heard, there's 24 litre. I never hear it beep, but I heard that beep. Now that's finished now, that'll close down. As we've said before, it takes a bit of time. It's a good few seconds. You know, if I stand here talking, it'll seem to take for hours. So, all in all, we're impressed. Very impressed. Yes, we are. This is going to be a good machine. And as I say, all the trays fit in both machines. Let's show you the difference in size while I've got this on. Because we've got the 24 litre there. Now look, you've got both machines. Can I get them both in? I'm a bit wobbly with the camera here. Now look, there's both machines, more or less side by side. There's not much difference there really. And we love the 24 litre. That they are. We waited long enough for it to go off. Now that's closed down now, and as you see, that's still reading 37 degrees there on the gap. It's obviously gone to naught on the electric meter, and the temperature should start to fall now inside. But that's just giving you a shot of both machines together, and the fact the trays and parts are interchangeable. I'm impressed with that. Yes, it's a smart machine. I mean, the 24 litre, we got that and I thought, oh, this works funny. But as soon as you got used to it, mate, that's a good machine. And I think this one is going to be the same. I think we're going to be impressed with this. Now, this is just a clip showing you all the extras you get. Now, you can see when it's used as a main oven, you use all this equipment here. I've got the rotisserie bar, but I've not put the two grips for the chicken in the shot. I apologise, but they are there. We've washed them, they're ready to go. I think they're draining on the side. Now, on this side here, you've got everything doubled again for when it's a double machine, and there is a divider in the middle. Now, it's tremendous. The only thing I could think you'd need to buy for this, if anything, is a rotisserie basket. But other than that, everything's here as it was with the 24 litre, and it's interchangeable with the 24. So the main baskets and tray fit the same. And also, that cookbook is not to be sniffed at. I think we're going to find something in there, and it looks the sort of food that we all like to cook. Nothing too fancy, probably there is, but it looked pretty reasonable. You've got your air fryer book there explaining, and you've got your guarantee with another year if you do it online. And right in the corner on the right hand side at the back, look, is your quick start guide. Now hang on to that as well, because that's quite good. All in all, it's brilliant. There's a lot of things with this machine. There's that many, mate, I can't quite get them all in the picture properly, look. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that because I'm quite impressed. Yes, Wendy just reminded me, we'd also like to say congratulations to the winners of the competition. Now, we did do the competition. I know it was a bit of a hurried video because we weren't at home, and you know, things change, don't they? Timings change, but the winners have just been announced. So if you're a winner, well done and congratulations. You're not going to be disappointed with anything you've won. Although if you've 10 people who won the rotisserie basket, you're going to have to go out and buy an air fryer if you haven't got one. Just make sure it's the Hysapientia so it fits. But it will fit in either, as I've said. Brilliant. So congratulations to everybody. You did well there. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and look after yourselves. And me and Wendy will see you soon. Bye.